This is Cheyenne Valentine back today again with a new episode. Today's episode, I want to talk about how, ladies, your husband or boyfriend is not your hobby. Again, ladies, your husband or boyfriend, whichever one you have, is not your hobby. You need to go out and do things. Take a cooking class, take a dance class, take a drink mixing class. Learn how to make cocktails. Go hiking, go ride a bike, learn, join a group where they go to the bowling alley and they bowl. I know a girl, she actually was part of a bowling group where they would bowl together and everything. But you need hobbies. Take a painting class. Join a workout group. You can do all these things. Have a spa day. Have some female friends. You guys go, get your nails painted and toes painted and stuff like that. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've noticed with women that they lean too heavily on their husband and boyfriends for every freaking thing. And you all are driving him crazy. Okay, and I know I have been guilty of this, and I know other women have been guilty of this. And how you can know that so what women do, they make their husband or boyfriend their girlfriend. What I mean by that, a lot of times women don't really have true female friends. So, because women, in my opinion, are terrible at friends. I'm sorry, you all might disagree with me, but most of you listening to me probably have had some bad encounters with women on the friendship level, and some of us have also been bad friends. As a matter of fact, with me, I had one friend, she was a bad friend to me, but I used to call her and vent a lot. And so one day I said to her, you know what, I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm like, I'm coming to you and I'm always venting. I said, I don't want this to be one-sided. And she told me, she said, well, some friendships are different. Some is where, you do more listening, and one friendship, you do more talking. So, in that particular friendship, she was a little bit older than me. I would do more of the talking, but the problem was, it was like I was bringing the drama and she was just listening, but it was almost like she was judging me. Like, she'll say things like, oh, I thought, my situation was bad. She'll say stuff like that. And see, like, if I ever was to see that bitch, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to call a woman a bitch, but in my opinion, she warranted being called a bitch. If I ever saw her again, we would have it out, because of the stuff that she said to me. And when it's coming from a friend, it kind of throw you off, like, huh, what you say to me? And we're not friends anymore. But if I'm coming to you about something, why would you say, damn, I thought my situation was bad? Your situation is bad. You bad, your situation bad, your man bad, all that shit bad. But anyway, by women not having that many friends, they turn to their husband and boyfriend for everything. So how you can tell that you are using him as your girlfriend, your mama, your daddy, your counselor, your pastor, is when you're talking to him and he's not responding correctly. So if you're like, oh, these women at my job did X, Y, and Z, and I'm this and that, and if he just like spaces out and blanks out, you're talking too much and you're getting on his damn nerve. Okay, all that gossiping and talking and venting and talking about your emotions, that and complaining about who didn't say your dress was cute today, and that's supposed to actually be, you're supposed to be sending it to your female friends. You're supposed to have female friends to vent to and talk to about those sensitive things, and go get your nails done and toes done and go out to eat and go out dancing like that. Well, you can have your dude to go out dancing with, but also you go out dance with your female friends. Like, women, your man is not your hobby. He's there to, your man is probably not as emotional, so he don't really want to hear all that. Women talk too much for some men any damn way, and they don't like the stuff that we talk about. We want to talk about love and hip hop and all this other garbage. They don't want to talk about, they on their own stuff. Okay, that's why they have bro time with their friends. You need friends, female friends. Okay, now what I've noticed that women do, they make their children and their husband / boyfriend their hobby. I remember I was on Facebook, and this one girl, she looked really young too. She had about 3 kids, I think. Had 3 kids. And she was posting how, all she does is sit in the house. She said all she does is work, spend all her money on her kids, watch TV. She's like, she feels like an old person. She needs to go out and have fun. Well, ma'am, you had 3 kids, you're not married. You had them young. What did you expect was your life was going to be like? But anyway, I noticed that she had reposted a post that said, the post said basically, if it's not about my family, deuces. No, she said something about I'm not for the bullshit, I'm not for the drama, and if it don't pertain to me and mines, I don't care about you. So she had, it was some emojis after it, and it showed an emoji of a man kissing a woman, and it showed kids. So she basically was saying, if you're not a man she's trying to fuck, or you're not one of her kids, she give a flying fuck about you. You can get hit by a bus and die, and she can care about keeping contact with you. And so that brings me to the next point, is that women really, I'm gonna say, they mid-20s on up, they become fixated on, and especially once they hit 30, but even younger, some of them, once they, they get fixated on a man and children. So that's why women don't make good friends, because they don't put effort and time into friendships with women. It was a woman on YouTube literally looked in pain because she said she had no female friends. She didn't have not a one. She said all she did was go to work and come home, and she had a boyfriend. But she said she wanted the best friend to go out shopping with, and they like have matching dresses on and do things with, and she was craving for female attention, and she was very pretty. So one reason why she probably don't have any female friends, because she's pretty, because women don't like other pretty women for some odd reason. And women, once we get a certain age and we get into a workforce, usually women don't really bond the way they would have maybe like in elementary school or high school, or people in their neighborhood. Once they get into those adult years, even with men and women too, it's kind of hard to make friendships, because you just at work all day, and if you don't make friends with your coworkers, you really want to really make friends with them, because what if y'all get into and y'all gotta work together, and it can backstab you. So then you gotta, after work, make a conscious effort to go out and make friends. And most people are tired after work, got children, got a mate. They don't feel like doing it, and then they might be trying to start their own business. Like, they just don't have the time to go out and quote unquote make friends. So a lot of women are striving for or craving for female attention, female friendship, but they have to first be a good friend themselves, and then they can gravitate that to them. And they have to put themselves out there. So she was saying how, she got a boyfriend, but she said she wanted, a female friend to hang out with. And so what then happened is she probably then went to him, talked his head off, made him her hobby, and she realized, like, okay, he's good for this particular thing, to give me sex, to spend time with me, he loves me, we have a bond, but at the same time I need a female or female friends to go out and do stuff with, talk to about different things, talk about our hair, talk about our nails, cry about, men are not really built for certain things, and we try to make him our hobby, make him our female friends, and that is wrong. You're gonna run these dudes away, because what women do is, once they get a boyfriend or husband, they dump their female friends. They don't want to spend time with them. They don't want to put no more effort into the friendship. But yet, if they get a divorce or don't have a boyfriend anymore, now they run and trying to get female friends because they lonely as fuck. See, if you would have kept if you would have kept, how can I say this? If you would have valued your female friendships, and even when you had a husband or boyfriend, if you would have still spent time with your friends and answered the phone when they called and listened to them, and you talked to them and they talked to you, and you actually went out to events with them, because I know I've had friends where it was all phone. It was like a phone friendship, where all they would do was call me, tell me about their sex capades, and talk about what went on with what dude, and then hang up, and then be like, and then get off the phone. We never hung out. I actually invited them out. One of my friends, ex-friends, I invited her out, and she didn't want to go, so I invited her and her husband to come, and I had me and my boyfriend. I'm like, why don't you come to this show, we're going to. She didn't want to come, but like, you want to be on the phone with me all the time, why we can't hang out and talk in person? So a lot of times they just want, women need someone to talk to, and they turn to their men. They make him their hobby, their everything, and so they feel like they don't need female friends because they have children and a husband or a boyfriend, so they feel like, okay, I got a foundation, I got a support system. Fuck you. Okay, when your kids get grown and move out the house, and if you and that husband divorce, then what? Who you gonna hang out with? Who is gonna be there when the kids grow up and leave the nest, and if and when your husband and you divorce, or if he passes away, who you gonna hang out with then? Because mind you, you didn't foster any fulfilling, sustaining friendships with women throughout these years. You didn't give a fuck about women because you felt like, see, this is how women are with other women. Let's say a dispute happened, I had this happen with me. A friend, she would call me. Everything was one-sided. She literally called me, talked to me about what was going on with her, and then like, okay, I gotta go. Before I could even, she wouldn't even ask about what was going on with me because she didn't give a fuck. So she started texting me, asking me questions about different stuff, and I just give a one-word answer. So she knew something was wrong. So she texted me saying, what's wrong with you? And then when I told her, I said, look, I feel this friendship is one-sided, and I also felt like she had took this guy's side over mine. An incident had happened at the job, and she wasn't there, but I was there, and I told her this guy, they accused this one guy of pushing this other guy, and they wanted the guy fired, so they lied and said he pushed him. She liked the guy, the other guy that the accuser. She liked him, but I was her friend, and so he said the dude pushed him, and I said no, he didn't. I was there. He didn't push him. And the dude that allegedly did the pushing, I was cool with him, but she didn't like him. So it was just a bunch of mess. So she didn't want to, me as a friend, I'm like, I'm telling you, he didn't push him, and she didn't believe me, or she tried to change the subject, and that really bothered me. I said, hold on, that's kind of messed up, because as a friend, I'm a upstanding, honest person. You didn't even, take my side on this, or you basically saying I'm lying, and I was there. And so I told her, and then also I told her, it's like the friendship's all about you. It's all one side. You just call and talk to me about what's going on with you, and then you could care less about if I even got hit by a bus. So she literally never didn't respond back, didn't even say, well, I'm sorry, let's talk about it. Well, I didn't know I was coming off like that. Why do you feel like that? Never heard from her again. I remember even like about 10 years later, like last year, it had been like almost 10 years since I last talked to her, and I messaged her saying, hey, how you doing? And she didn't even respond back. So she's still holding a grudge from 10 years ago when I didn't do nothing to her. I just brought to her attention her behavior, and she didn't like that. Some people like take accountability. So see, with her, she was married, and she's still married, and she has a son. So with women, when they're married or they have a boyfriend, they could care less about your friendship, because they're not having sex with you at night. They're not rolling around in bed with you. You're not helping them pay their bills. You're not going to help them raise their kids. So they can fuck about you, even though they still need. But see, in their mind, they feel like, okay, since you're not doing that, you don't have a value. But you really do have a value in their life, and they figure that out once the kids leave the nest and their husband has divorced them, or he's passed, or he on doing his own thing. Now they tell me they want some female friends. But in the meantime, they put all this on their husband and boyfriends. They talk his head off. They make him go to the hair salon with her. They make him go to Sephora with her. They make him go to Ulta with her. They make him do holding her damn purse. Like, look, you need a female friend for that. Y'all need to be going out, having fun, and you spend time with your guy. You need to have both. Both are very important for your emotional stability. And when you push other women away and you don't foster when you don't foster those relationships with women, in the end, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. You might not feel it today or tomorrow, but you're going to feel it. And when you are going through things with your husband and with your kids, who you going to talk to about it? Now, if you don't, now you might have a mother and sisters and all that, but I know some women who are not close to their mom or their sisters. So who you going to talk to when your husband or boyfriend ain't acting right? Who you going to vent to about that? Who you going to vent to about your kids? Who you going to hang out with when you need to get away from the kids, and when you just need some time away from your husband, you just want to laugh and act silly? And you can laugh and act silly with your husband, but I'm saying, who you gonna go to the nail salon with? Who you gonna get your hairstyle with? Who you gonna talk to over cocktails with? Like, they don't think about that. Who you gonna take a new class with? Who you gonna take a painting class with? Most men don't like to paint and do little stuff like that, or So who are you gonna take a salsa dancing class with? Because some men are not open minded and don't want to learn different dance moves. So women don't think about that, because they say, well, I got a man, I got kids, so now if you don't want to talk to me. So with women, when it comes to other women, they feel like if they if they apologize, or if they say, well, I was wrong, can we, make up and be back friends, they feel like they're bowing down, kissing this person's ass. And they feel like, okay, if you don't want to talk to me, I'm not going to talk to you. They're very petty and immature and childlike for that behavior, because if it was a man, they wouldn't act like that. They basically hold on to his pants. And that's why you notice men can move on from relationships quicker than women, ladies, because men don't put everything into the relationship. They don't look for their woman for like happiness. all completely. Like, they have her mainly for sex and somebody to kick it with now and then, and they have their friends, and they have activities, and they have their career, and they have other things. So they're not coming to you for everything. You're not their end all be all. They could replace you easily with another woman because they just want somebody to give them sex anyway. See, with you, he's your everything. He's your hobby. He's your husband. He's your daddy. You know how Monique calls her husband her daddy, and he go on like most of the interviews with her. It's very sick. You know, he your daddy. He your this, he your that. He's your damn everything, to where you don't even build and foster relationships with other people because you have placed everything on him. So what happens if he walks away from the relationship? Well, what happens then? Then what are you gonna do? Well, and I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. Like most women, you go hurry up and try to replace him with another guy, and it's just a revolving door. And in the meantime, you don't have no one to talk to or hang out with. And see, women look at other women as just placeholders until they get a boyfriend or a husband. And you know this is true. And I think that's very foul to use somebody like that, because you feel like they have no value in your life because they don't have a penis, and they can't fuck you, and they're not gonna be married to you and stuff like that when they do have value. That's why a lot of these women are depressed, emotionally unstable, because they don't have no female friends, and the women they do run into are trifling, so they crave female friendship, but they can't find a positive one. So it's making them very standoffish to women and bitter and shit. And then when they do get a guy, they make this man a hobby. I mean, go learn how to fly a kite. Go learn how to play frisbee or something. Go to the beach. Go, join a group where women ride bikes or something. Like, why? Your husband, boyfriend can do those things with you, but let's be honest, most men and women do not have the same interests or hobbies. They don't. Do you like basketball? Do you like football? Some women do, but most women don't like. If you say you like basketball, that would mean that you wouldn't mind going out on the court and playing basketball. Like, don't sit up here and tell me you really like basketball like that. You just, you're just watching him to support him, which is what you're supposed to do as his wife and girlfriend. But is that really your interest? And see, men and women, I will say men do get upset too when they want their woman to watch them play certain sports and drag her to these events when she don't need to really be there, because that's not her interest. You need your male friends there. So men are not as bad with that, but women definitely, they make their man everything. They cut off all their friends, they cuss all their friends out, get into it with their female friends, and then now they cling on to their husband, boyfriend for dear life, and they make him, they talk his head off. They talking about stuff that he don't want to hear. Like, these dudes don't want to hear about love and hip hop and basketball, but they don't give a fuck about none of that. Okay, men are wired differently than women. Stop making him your every damn thing. I mean, he's your pastor, he's your plumber, your cleanup dude, he your daddy, your brother, your uncle. He got you gave him too many responsibilities in your life. So if he was to walk away, that's why you want to kill yourself. That's why you want to walk in traffic, because you have cut off every other relationship you've had with other people, mainly women, and not put anything into those relationships to basically, because you feel like, okay, he's your priority, so fuck everybody else. Well, see, this is why these dudes are becoming unsatisfied with some of these women, because men don't look at women for really intellectual stimulation that much. They just mainly look at us for physical needs and basic stuff, and they don't really look at us for overall happiness, because they have other things in their life that makes them happy. And women, you need to start doing that as well.